And Joe Maddon is headed to Anaheim. He becomes the next Angels manager after he mutually parts ways with the Chicago Cubs, and he'll never have to buy a drink in Chicago. He ends that 108-year drought, but he ends up back in Anaheim where he coached under Mike Trout. If you remember, he was a part of that team that won the World Series in 2002 against the Giants. You remember the Rally Monkey? Of course you do. But he leaves Anaheim and he goes to Tampa Bay. He takes that small market franchise, all that young talent, gets them a World Series appearance, and then, of course, like I said, he does the unthinkable, wins a World Series with the Chicago Cubs. And Artie Moreno and the Angels said that they regret letting him go, and if they ever could get him back, they would do anything to do it, and they did just that. It's official now. He's the new manager of the Angels. In a quote, Joe Maddon said, "I could not be more excited to come back home and manage this great organization. I'd like to thank Artie Moreno, Billy Epler, and John Carpino for giving me the opportunity to add another chapter to my Angels career. I was lucky enough to be a part of the first Angels team to win a World Series title, and I look forward to the opportunity to bring Angel fans their second championship." So what does this mean for this Angels franchise? To me, it means a lot. He was the big white whale for this Angels team. They needed a spark, and I just hope that he's bringing starting pitching with him, because their starting pitching was one of the worst in Major League Baseball last year, but maybe with Garrett Cole. He lives in Newport Beach. He went to UCLA, and Joe Maddon is going to be the ultimate recruiting tool for Artie Moreno and this Angels team, because they're going to go hard in trying to get Garrett Cole. You know he's going to get something well above $200 million. You know he's the big fish in this free agency pool. But to me, I think it goes a long way. If you look at Joe Maddon, 3 years, $12 to $15 million range, and he's a guy who took a small market team, the Tampa Bay Rays, lots of young talent, and he got them to the World Series. But the only issue is look at the division that he's in. The Astros, they're the class of the American League, and then you have the Oakland A's, who are always in the mix. So it's a very tough division, but you do have Mike Trout. Mike Trout, in 10 years, he's played in 3 playoff games. That needs to change, not just for the Angels, but for all of Major League Baseball. For the sport of baseball, they need to see their marquee player in the postseason, and hopefully for the Angels and for baseball's sake, Joe Maddon can go a long way to accomplishing that. And you just love the way he coaches, the way he manages. This guy knows how to get it done. He can go into that clubhouse and say, hey, I've established a culture in a small market. I've established a winning culture in a big market. I ended the 108-year drought, so you know he's going to command that respect. Tactically, he's had some managerial miscues in the past, but to me, what he does best is he gets guys to buy in, he builds a winning culture, and now the Angels have their best manager since when Mike Trout was on top of his game, probably the best manager since George Knox. You remember Danny Glover and Angels in the outfield?
Bummer. One more loss! One more loss, which could have been a win! You call yourselves professionals. I have never ever seen a worse group of 25 players. You don't think as a team, you don't play as a team, you don't even lose as a team. You all got your heads so far up your butts, you can't even see the light of day.
Now, the Angels have a guy that can come in there like George Knox and immediately command their respect. So I really think he can get the most out of this Angels team. They've really started to develop their farm system in recent years. It's starting to improve. So he knows how to get young guys. He knows how to get vets to lock in and make deep postseason runs. I just hope this isn't some glorified retirement celebration for Joe Maddon. Like, this is one last ride, because we saw what happened with the Dodgers and Joe Torre. Yes, he had some success, but did not get that World Series. So I do think the Angels, this is the best day for the Angels in quite some time. The only other issue, too, is that he's kind of walking into an ugly situation with the opioid scandal and the devastating news of Tyler Skaggs. So he has to deal with that, but I think ultimately this was a great move. You got Mike Trout, and now you got the white whale. So you got a lot of pieces to build around, but also they could use a left-handed bat. They could use a left-handed bat along with some pitching. Got guys like Moustakas out there. You got some left-handed bats. Maybe you could swing a trade. But I think if you're the Angels, they've been pretty irrelevant for quite some time. Despite having the best player in Major League Baseball, maybe they can get over the hump and make a run out of postseason.